All right, guys. So we are back today. Uh, Let me know if you can hear the music. You should be able to hear it. Starting a little bit later today. I know I missed some earnings. Pfizer released their earnings. Where's Ramsey at, man? Ramsey will never hear the end of it. My guy made one of the biggest bear predictions of all time, and market ended up closing very green on the day yesterday. Honestly, market looks good. Rally at market open. Nobody knows what anything's gonna do. I hope we rally. I really do, but hoping and we'll see. Again, we got CB consumer confidence data later on today. I'm starting the stream later. Yeah, the FOMC meeting's the big thing that will really influence everything. All right, guys, so we are back today. Yeah, we'll see if we rally. Again, market might be choppy today. Again, market was kind of choppy yesterday. As I said, it might be, like we ended up green, but like you can see yesterday, half the day was basically this, and then we pushed up in the second half. Again, like experience can do a lot of things for traders, man. Like a lot of people don't realize like how important experience is. Like I've been trading for 8 years. I cover these economic reports, these FOMC meetings, all these big reports weekly. Like every week I cover these things, and I know whenever the big boy reports come out, a lot of the time the market's choppy ahead of it, right? Not afterwards. Afterwards, volatility can go crazy, but before the report comes out, preceding the report, the market can be flat because traders are just less likely to take big positions. And so with tomorrow's FOMC meeting, I'm not saying we're going to be flat today. I really don't know, but I think it's possible for sure. And it's something that you want to kind of add into your sentiment, I think. Yeah, I this time I remember to switch it pawn. So I remember to switch it for sure. This time. I wish it would auto switch, but it's all good. Again, y'all slap the like button, hit the subscribe button. We got CB consumer confidence data. We got Chicago PMI dropping today. And then we got AMD earnings this evening. I'm really thinking about streaming them. But again, it may be Pawn and others can let me know what you guys think. Like I'm thinking about streaming AMD earnings, but it's also Halloween. Right. And so if it's Halloween, I'm assuming that a lot of people are not going to be watching the AMD earnings call. Like I can stream it regardless, but that's the only like hiccup in my streaming AMD earnings is that it's Halloween and a lot of people are not going to be home to watch it. I'm assuming, right? I mean, it starts at 2 or 3 o'clock. The earnings come out at 4 o'clock. And so maybe at the very least I could stream like what the earnings actually show up as. But yeah. AMD earnings, I think they drop at 4:30. Let me see. Or no, that's Apple tomorrow. AMD earnings are at 4:15 market time. And I might stream them. Like we'll see. Depends on what time the earnings call is. Let me check that real quick. Right, so AMD's earnings call, if it's at like 4:30, okay, it's at 5. I might stream it. Like we might stream it just for the heck of it, but we'll see. Again, the SPY pushing up to 417s almost. Again, y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Does the market continue its bounce today? Bull up, bull bounce. Does the market continue its bullish action today? Is what we're gonna ask. Yeah, it's been cold. It's really cold here for sure. How about the Rangers winning, man? Pfizer reported earnings. So we did have some earnings drops this morning. Let's go ahead and talk about them. We had Pfizer release their earnings. Pfizer ended up posting 17-cent loss per share. They expected a 34-cent loss. Revenue of 13.23. They expected 13.34. So missed revenue, beat EPS, missed revenue, reaffirmed guidance. And so that was Pfizer. We also had Marathon Petroleum come in better than expected EPS, better than expected revenue. They raised their divvy by 10% to 82.5 cents a share and announced an additional $5 billion buyback program for MPC Marathon. So oil, Marathon Petroleum, MPC. I'm surprised it's not honestly gapping up more from these earnings, to be honest, because they've had really good earnings, raised their divvy, did a $5 billion share buyback. So that's interesting that it's not up more than that. But hey, sometimes stocks react that way. Caterpillar released their numbers this morning as well. This is one of the bigger stocks this morning. Caterpillar, CAT. And they reacted negatively to it, even though they beat EPS, beat Rev. I guess their operating income was $3.5 billion, but again, Caterpillar did pretty well. I'm not sure why they dropped so down. We had JetBlue Airlines release their numbers as well. They posted 39-cent loss per share. They expected 25 cents, so miss. Revenue of 2.35. They expected 2.38. So yeah, JetBlue had one of the worst earnings reports this morning, and they are all the way down. I didn't know they were so cheap, bro. But yeah, AMD earnings are going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern time is when they drop. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go grab something. I'll be right back. While I'm gone, we're gonna do a poll. Did you in green yesterday? Answer in chat. That's the question. Did you in green yesterday? Answer in chat. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We'll see if people said they ended green or not. Again, JetBlue did not really react the best here. But, I mean, their earnings were pretty rough. Nicely green, 2 out of 3 accounts yesterday. Happy with that since price action was super weird. Fed will pause and send markets screaming higher before the massive bear market next year. Yeah, maybe, Zach. You know, we'll see, bro. Again, hopefully traders learned. You know, again, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use today as a lesson. Okay, like we're gonna use it as a lesson today. It's really important that traders hear me. You know, because we got some traders that just, you know, like they really want to be seen, and like I guess they like want validation. And again, I'm not your enemy if that's you. Okay, what I'm trying to say is like you got these people who act like they know what the market is going to do. Right? They say, oh, the market's for sure going to do this. I've got a system. The market's for sure going to do this. Like, does anybody know how silly that sounds to actually experienced traders? You know what I mean? Like, if you're actually experienced traders, that sounds ridiculous. If anybody had a system where they knew exactly what was going to happen, you wouldn't be in my live stream. I promise you. You would be a billionaire if you had that system. You know what I mean? And so when people come here and they tell the whole chat one specific thing, like yesterday, Ramsey came here and he was like, yeah, the market's going to crash at the open. You know, we're like, okay, you know, maybe we'll see. And he just pushes it all day. Market's going to crash. Market's going to crash. Market's going to crash. Market's going to crash. Or he didn't call it a crash. He said it would drop 3%, you know, to 400. And in the end, when you look at yesterday, market was very green yesterday, ended very green, you know, was up a decent percentage, not just prior to the open, but we ended up making this big tear. And if anything, we ripped up at the opening bell, corrected a little bit, and then ripped back up again. So we did the exact opposite of what he said. And so again, I call it the trading Dunning-Kruger effect, right? If you don't know what I mean by the trading Dunning-Kruger effect, what I mean is that the people who post the most definitive answers, right? The people who post the most definitive predictions, like they know exactly what is going to happen. You want to ignore those people because they have no idea what they're talking about, right? Most of the time, they're just trying to be seen and they're hoping they're right, you know? So I hope you guys understand, like, be smart. Like, don't listen to somebody that acts like they know exactly what's going to happen on the internet, because very rarely do they actually. And if they did, they wouldn't be here. Nobody would. You wouldn't need to be here or anywhere. You'd be able to, you know. So hit the like button, run those numbers up, team. I appreciate the love. Let me drink some coffee. Yeah, I'm definitely right here. I mean, again, I've seen it so much, dude. And again, like, people will say all these different things, and then like it's weird, dude. Like, what I'll see is how people make these big predictions, and then when they're wrong, they get mad at me. You know, people are fickle. You realize quick. You know exactly what gold's gonna do in 1 minute. Spit it out, then. Let's hear it. Opinion on Tesla. Tesla's interesting. Down a lot the last day, though, but interesting nonetheless. You know, at 195s. We'll see. Gold still sitting over $2,000 an ounce. So again, we'll see what happens here. So gold sitting at $2,007 an ounce. Again, market is up pretty nicely today, testing 417s. We can look at the NASDAQ here a little bit as well. NASDAQ's been pushing up again. Tesla struggles are still here. We're at 195s for Tesla. Struggles are still there for sure. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know it was going to play music, man. It's not supposed to. It's supposed to be a. It's supposed to be instrumentals. Hey, thank you, Gabby. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Will you be streaming AMD earnings today? Probably. Great time to buy Tesla for a long hold. I think probably so, Brent. I'm not 100% sure, though. I think Tesla looks cheap, but again, I don't know for sure. But probably, I'd say probably. Like I think it's probably okay right now. But again, maybe not. Who knows? Depends on what the Cybertruck does. Like, that's what you want to watch. Like, what the Cybertruck starts to do. Like, I think Cybertruck starts to come out, start really producing. I think it probably could run, but who knows? Again, I'm just purely guessing. All right, guys. So yeah, we're just kind of sitting tight. Watching Tesla, watching the SPY here. Let me pull up Discord here. All right, so again, SPY up to 417s right now, 417s. Oh man. All right, let me put up all these other indicators. Let's look at the NASDAQ. There's the E-mini. Let's look at the NASDAQ, the NQ. Let's look at the Dow. I don't really use the Dow that much for trading because the Dow is like kind of a different animal, man. It really is. But, So there's the NASDAQ. Let's look at the Dow. What's the Dow? YM, right? YM futures. Now, what's the other one? I guess I could look at like oil. Ooh, Dow looking weak. Ooh. Maybe I'll take a Dow trade. A little bit early, but watch a Tesla dip under the VWAP here, under that level. Let's see if it holds. There's Tesla. All right, team. So again, we got one contract of the Dow here short. I might or might not be using chart prime indicators for this one, but it's pretty early, and I think like indicator accuracy is a little bit worse in the morning, super early, but that's okay. We got one contract of the Dow. I don't usually trade the Dow either. I haven't actually back tested the Dow very much, but you know, seems interesting. There's some breakdowns too. Let's see if we can hold. Where's the other one? All right, so we did pop up a little bit. Again, I'm probably going to sit here tight. I don't think I'm going to add any more to this. That's too much risk. The Dow's a pretty short risk trade, small risk trade. Hey, what's up, Danny? AMC. Yeah, AMC did tap $10. But I mean, it tapped $10 2-3 minutes ago. And so there's just no liquidity for it, is all it is. Like, it's just illiquid. Right, so we're back to flat again. Yeah, how was the Apple event? Did it rip up? Did it drag the market up yesterday? Apple didn't really move that much up, surprisingly enough. It didn't really move with the Apple event. All right, beautiful drop here. Look at this dip. So, hey, shout out to Chart Prime, man. Again, I've consistently said Chart Prime indicators are really nice. All right, so we're gonna cover that. Just made 70 or 80 bucks. Built up a little cushion in the Dow. We'll take that. Nice little green trade. Will you explain liquidity to me real quick? Liquidity is just how many people are buying or selling shares right now. Like right now, it's different than the total liquidity. You know, right now it's 7:30 in the morning, and so not a lot of traders are up. The opening bell doesn't happen for 2 hours, and so, you know, in that regard, it's still pretty early, and there's just not that many traders buying and selling AMC, and so in that, you know, it's flat. It's not really moving that much. It's the same thing when you look at, like, a good example of this, I guess, is if you look at Marathon Petroleum, MPC, right now. You know, you can see it doesn't really move that much. It doesn't really have that much pre-market liquidity. It just doesn't really move that much in the pre. All right, but we built up a little cushion here. That's nice. And what's up, Douglas? How can I see that? You look at volume, Jeremy. You just look at the volume right now. Liquidity is volume. It's how many people are buying or selling. You know. We reject 14.47 on the NASDAQ. Yeah. I don't know. Small cap stocks that aren't profitable might run when the short-term bond rates start to fall. Maybe. I mean, again, it depends on what your definition of small caps are. If you're talking about penny stocks don't have any correlation with the major markets. Penny stocks just don't move markets. Not large cap markets, at least. And yeah, you can see AMC refreshed here. The liquidity is just low. It's at $9.99 right now. So it's moving. It's just low liquid. There's just no volume. When you zoom in, you can kind of see the volume. It's pretty light. Yeah, I don't see any of the volume for AMC right now. But again, you got to understand, like, $10 sounds good, but it's a pre-split price. It's a pre-split price of $1. You know, so it's not a strong, like. If people don't realize the split happened, they might look at it like it's stronger than it actually is. Yeah, again, slap the like button, guys. You can actually see level 2 data on some exchanges that will actually show you the order book. Yeah, I mean, you can look at the order book right here. You know, like for Tesla, you can kind of see the book move. Again, it's a holiday today. I mean, the market's open, but it's a holiday right now. Man, I might want to start looking at the Dow. All right, so the Dow did break down. Again, shout out to Chart Prime. Chart Prime called that trade. What do you think about Ford prices right now? I don't know. Ford's looking weak after the UAW troubles. You know, I'm in a small share. Like I'm down less than $50 though on the whole trade. We got 25 shares. But I mean, again, Ford's a long-term play. Ford's not going to go out of business. And so, you know, might be weak for a while though. We're up nicely today though. Still, you know. Coca-Cola has effectively come back, so that's nice. Honeywell too. HD. Google's bouncing back some too. Chewy is the one that I guess dropped earnings. We've been holding it for a minute, waiting to be profitable on it, and we finally are. Average price is 17.80s for Chewy. I think we bought this one just because it was really weak. Yeah, we did, and now we're just running it back. So we'll let that sit for a little bit. What's your take on earnings? Which earnings? The earnings this morning. Pfizer dropped earnings. They had mixed results, I would say. JetBlue had bad results. Marathon Petroleum dropped pretty good numbers, but they don't really move much in pre. You know. AMD earnings this evening. Yeah, we'll probably stream those. Those will be interesting. So we'll see. We'll probably stream them though. Looking at our poll number, does the market continue its bullish action today? 57% say yes, 43% say no. Vote on that poll. Hit the like button as well, guys. We got 48 likes. We got 250 people here. So slap the like button if you haven't already. We appreciate it. Still looking at S&P stuff. Looking at NASDAQ stuff. Yeah, I want to see how I'm watching the 200 EMA on the 1 minute chart. It just seems to be a really nice indicator. Government will bail Ford and G out. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind investing in it for that reason. Again, we're in Chewy right now. Again, here's Tesla. Apple had their scary fast event. Apple's starting to look a little bit weaker, though. I mean, we're green on Apple, but still. One of the most frustrating things ever is my normie friends refusing to listen to reason and won't invest, but at the same time they complain about the rich get richer and the working man can't get anything. Yeah, I mean, I hear that a lot, man. You know, the problem that a lot of people face, to be honest, is that they complain about their situation, but they don't do anything to change it. And then when they get extra money, I think when you make money, right? If you're smart, you got to put that money up. Like I take most of the money I make and stick it away somewhere. Like I don't actually spend it. At least I try my hardest not to. I don't like spending money. My dad was the same way. He didn't like spending money either. My dad was very cheap, very cheap. And my dad wasn't like impoverished or anything like that. Like my dad was middle class, like he made good money for the most part, but he never spent it, and he didn't like spending it on us. Like we got Walmart shoes and off-brand cereal, but as I got older I can respect it because he was smart with his money. He didn't just burn money like some other members of my family do. You know what I mean? And so I think people complain about their situation, but when they make money, like say they work at a job, when they make that money, they end up spending it on a night out, or they spend it on alcohol, or they spend it on whatever, nonsense they don't need. And the only way to really get out of that situation and try to make a run at being wealthy is to save that money and then use it to take a swing, in business of some sort. Use it to start a business, use it to take a swing in some way or another, and you'll probably fail. But if you do it over and over again, after eventually one's going to stick and you're going to be out of that situation, and you're going to, you're going to have the chance to thrive and do well in business, but you got to save money. You can't just spend it on night outs and go buying shoes with it and buying fancy shoes or buying fancy clothes with it, or like whatever people spend money on, which I don't really know anymore. But yeah. Some I know spend and blow every bonus every year. I save, invest mine, always have. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not saying invest it. Do whatever you got to do. Like buy bonds if you want. You can get 5% return right now in bonds. So if you invest 100K in bonds, they're going to pay you $5,000 a year. And then you're going to get your 100K back at the end of that 10-year period at the 10-year maturity date. And so you can do a lot of stuff. You don't have to invest. A lot of people are skeptics of the market. And I understand for sure. Right? Like a lot of people are skeptical about the stock market in general. Again, I know some people like that. I know some people that I work with that are skeptical about the stock market. Like they just do not trust stocks, right? They just don't trust stocks. And I understand that for sure. But what you have to understand is that the longer stuff goes on, yeah. I mean, you can start business like I'm looking at this TikTok right now, and it's this kid. And he's basically telling people college is useless. It's not only the 100K in debt that you're going to be in, it's the 4 years that you're behind the current. The people who don't go to college are 4 years ahead of you. They have 4 years in the real world. They have 4 years of experience. They're going to be more successful than you. It's simple math. Don't go to college. The problem with that mindset, okay? Like, it depends on what you're doing. It really does, okay? If you want to start a business, the kid's absolutely right. Like, if you want to start your own business, the kid's right? Don't go to college to start your own business. Start your business now. Like, that's different. If you're an entrepreneur, I don't think you should go to college. It's a complete waste of money. You could get so much more edge if you took that 100K and you stuck it in business and you tried to build a business around that 100K. You're going to get a lot better. You're going to get a lot more far, right? But it depends on what you want to do. If you want to be a doctor, go to freaking college. If you want to be a lawyer, go to freaking college. You know, if you want to be an engineer, go to college. You want to be a coder, probably go to college, although boot camps might be better. But the point is, it depends. Like most things in life, it's super nuanced. And, you know, I'm definitely not just going to be telling everybody to not go to college. Hey, don't go to college. No, man, go to college. If you want to be a doctor, you better go to college. You know, if you're going to start a business, I probably would. It just depends on what you want to do. Yeah, STEM. If you're STEM degrees, go to freaking school. But if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, like again, the problem that most people face, right? It depends on what you want to do. If you want to work corporate business, like if you want to get a corporate job that is where you're not the CEO, right? Where it's not your business, you're working for somebody else's business, and you just want a high salary, and if you want to just be CEO, not CEO, if you want to be CEO but work for somebody else's company, go to college. Okay, like go to college. But if you're gonna do business, this is the thing I always tell people too. If you're gonna do business, you better get your freaking master's. You know, like you better get your master's. You got to get your MBA if you're gonna do business. If you're gonna go to corporate business and your plan is to do corporate business, you need to get your MBA. You're still gonna do better in terms of getting jobs over people who don't have a degree, regardless of whether you get your MBA or not. But you're going to still have a hard time finding jobs, I would say, for the jobs that you want with a bachelor's in business marketing or whatever it is. So if you're going to go to college, get your MBA for business if you're doing business. If you want to start your own business, you can learn everything you need not at school, and you know, you can learn everything you need not at school and get an edge over most people. It just depends. When is Tesla going to start dropping? The Cybertruck comes out November 30th in about a month from now. The question is, what does that Cybertruck do to Tesla stock? All right, I'm going to mute the music for a second. All right, so we went sideways. Bottom is at S&P 500, 40-ish. Tesla have any military application? I'm not sure. My guess is they're a little bit too expensive. Oh, Ramsey, there you are, bro. Ramsey, there he is, dude. There he is, man. Ramsey the Great. Listen, dude. Ramsey, I hope you learned your lesson, dude. That's all I'm going to say, man. Again, understand, no matter how biased you are about your own positions, about your own potential direction, nobody knows what the market is going to do in the next day. Nobody knows, man. Again, it's the stock Dunning-Kruger effect. If you don't know what the Dunning-Kruger effect is, it means the people who think they are the smartest usually are the least smart. And I'm not calling you dumb, Ramsey. I'm not calling you dumb. What I'm saying is that in stock terms, the people who know definitively what the market is going to do short term usually know the least, because it means they have the least amount of experience, because people that have the most experience in the market understand that nobody knows what the market is going to do. Nobody does, right? Nobody knows that whether the market's going to go up, down, or sideways. And so telling everybody in a chat room to do one specific thing, and you know, when you don't really know, is a risky thing, man. Just be careful. Yeah, I mean, Ramsey, You know, again, you said, Ramsey, you're legit, like your actual prediction, brother. Your actual prediction was that at the opening bell yesterday, the market was going to crash. Not crash, but you said it was going to drop like 4%. And then it was going to bounce back up towards the end of the day, right? Market kind of did the opposite. It pushed up really big at the opening bell, corrected some, stayed sideways, and then ripped up again towards the close, right? Ended very green on the day yesterday, right? So again, you were wildly wrong, sir. Wildly wrong. And again, I hope you learned, man. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't matter whether it was 4% or 3%. You were still wildly wrong, brother. Again, I hope you understand, man. It's all love here, but you were definitely wrong, man. And again, I'm gonna tell you what I tell my daughter sometimes. If you can never admit you're wrong, you have zero credibility, sir. You know, if you can't admit you're wrong, you got zero credibility. Yeah, I mean, but KC, you also said that the bottom was definitely 100% in at 420, and that it was definitely going to bounce at 420. It was 100% in the bottom, you know, and all this other stuff. So, I mean, listen, nobody here can really talk. I'm just saying. But again, the overarching point I'm trying to make here, guys, is that nobody freaking knows what's going to happen short term. Long term, it's a little bit more predictable. Like you can predict things long term, but short term, nobody knows what we're going to get. Nobody knows whether we're going to go up, down, or sideways. I never said the bull market was for sure back, KC. Again, that's a stretch. My guess is what I asked. I said, is the bull market back? Question mark. If anybody knows me, you guys know I don't make definitive statements. I don't say anything is for sure anything. You know, that's very clear if anybody watches my stream. Yeah, Joe. Ramsey does not dance at parties. Yeah, I don't dance very well. Tesla is still the leader in EV world, controls charging station game, even if it's down. I'm a believer. Yeah, I think it might be pretty cheap right here, but who knows what it's going to do. I mean, Tesla, again, currently sitting at 195, so under 200. Again, is it cheap right here? Like, is there an argument for a dip buy? I don't know. Maybe, you know, maybe. Let's pump the dump and go for that gap fill. Maybe. I don't know what the market's going to do today. I think the market, again, I'm going to tell you guys the same thing I said yesterday, which I think it's very possible the market's choppy today. Tomorrow we have the FOMC meeting, right? We do have AMD earnings this evening, so maybe that will influence this or whatever. But again, the FOMC meeting tomorrow probably will induce choppy behavior. But who knows for sure? Nobody does. Honest opinion of GameStop. I think GameStop's got a business model problem. GameStop's business model is vulnerable because it doesn't work anymore because video games have evolved past physical copies and consoles, you know, all that. Not consoles, but physical copies. Video games have evolved past that. Where's the bullish action? Here. It's pretty bullish action. I mean, we pushed up. You know, I would say that's pretty bullish action now. Again, I'm not saying we don't fall or crash. I don't know what market's going to do. I am always wrong. How much of a paradox is that? Yeah, I mean, I can respect the ones that are like, hey, I was wrong. You know, like if I'm wrong, I usually make fun of myself, right? The people who get all emotional about being wrong are the ones that are just toxic, you know. The people who, and again, if somebody can be like, yo, I was wrong, and then laugh at themselves, I can respect that completely. Again, the problem is that a lot of people get their pride in the way, and they get really weird and like get mad and, you know, you know what I mean? Like in the end, again, like I tell my daughter, you have no credibility unless you can admit you were wrong, you know, because like I know some family members here that just never admit they're wrong ever, right? And it just makes it impossible to talk to them. Like I was wildly wrong about Tesla back here. You know, when Tesla was at $100, dude, I thought Tesla was super weak. I wasn't gonna touch it. Super skeptical of Tesla at $100. You know, I definitely didn't want to buy it. This was right when Elon Musk was like saying crazy stuff on Twitter and like all that stuff. And I was worried that the Twitter buyout wasn't going to go through, and that I was just skeptical of it. I thought that it was very vulnerable, and I was wildly wrong. You know, it ended up just ripping up in my face, going from 1 to 300 basically over that 6-month period. And yeah, I was just wildly wrong. And so again, Tesla down at 200 now is different. It's so volatile though. Anything could happen. We'll see. Hey, good luck, Brandon. Do you know why GameStop went down so much the past few weeks? I mean, it's not been a few weeks, brother. GameStop has been dropping for... Like, GameStop has been on a long-term downward trend since the same period last year. Like, October of 2022, GameStop was at $34.99 a share. All right, so it's dropped, what, 60 something percent since then. You know, it's dropped from 35 to 12s, so it's dropped like 60 something percent. And so again, the problem with GameStop is a business model problem. The problem is that it doesn't have a successful business model right now. What they're currently doing is not enough to really make money. It's not enough to bet their future on. And over time, technology is going to evolve so much to a point where it's not going to be sustainable for their business, right? It probably is already at that point. But again, if you play video games, you should understand this truth. And the truth I'm talking about is that if you play video games, the truth is that we don't use physical copies of anything anymore. Like, games don't sell physically that much anymore. I'm not saying, like, every time I say this, again, you got some people that are like, yo, I buy physical copies, and that's great, but you're an outlier. Okay, a large majority of people buy digital games now. They don't even bother going to the store. They don't need to. You can download it from home. I just bought UFC 5 the other day. You think I went to the store and bought UFC 5? Of course not. You think I went to GameStop especially? Of course not. Right? And again, I'm not an outlier. That's everybody is doing the same thing. And so that's a problem for GameStop. People don't need to enter GameStop anymore because they buy their video games at home. You know, so basically all GameStop has is console sales, which, you know, is not going to certainly be enough to sustain their business, to prop their business up. I'm sure they'll still do okay when new consoles drop, but new consoles don't drop every year. They drop maybe once every, 7-8 years, minimum usually. And so in that regard, what is GameStop going to do for business outside of new console drops, which a new console just came out in the last few years, last 3 years? What are they going to do? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how they're going to sustain their business. I think they have to pivot in some way or another. And I've talked about this a bunch before, but like, I don't know what that pivot looks like. Let me know what you guys think. Hey, what's up, Shepard? What's up, Fairs? What's up, Tahir? What's up, Ricky? Travis? Yeah, it's all good, Ramsey. Listen, man, of course we're going to troll you a little bit today, brother. I mean, that's obvious. That's a very self-evident reaction to you telling everybody the market was going to have a mini crash, a mini Black Monday is what you labeled it as yesterday. And so if we ended up very green yesterday after you told everybody it was going to essentially crash or have a mini crash, of course we're going to troll you about it. Again, some advice to you. And again, I don't think you're necessarily handling it that bad. But some advice to you is like, roll with it, man. You know, laugh at yourself. You know, which I think you kind of are. That's what I tell my son. So don't be uptight. Laugh at yourself. Make fun of yourself. If you can, everybody will like you a lot more. You know. That's facts. Yeah, we try. You know. Yeah, I feel you. I feel like you are, Ramsey. You seem like the type that rolls with it. So it's all good, bro. And again, we'll see if the market. I think the market. My guess is that the market will be sideways today. Again, we got the FOMC meeting tomorrow, right? So a lot of the time ahead of these big meetings, the market's going to be sideways. Sir Nate says, "Hey John, longtime fan of your channel. Quick question for you: do you think AI will soon be able to predict the share price of stocks within a month into the future with 75% or more accuracy?" A month is too short term. You know, like to us day traders or to some day traders here, they might think a month. They might think a month is like a really long-term time frame, but in the end, like again, a month, they might think a month's a long-term time frame, but a month is still very short-term, even for algorithms to predict things. And so I think a month, I think they'll be able to predict things fairly accuracy, but I think it's going to be longer term. I think short-term monthly price predictions I think they might be able to do so with some degree of accuracy, but I don't think they're going to be super accurate to do so, because I think short term anything can happen, right? Like news can come out like that influences, like catalysts can drop influencing the share price. Makes it really hard to predict things short term like that, but maybe it's certainly possible. Everybody should admit they're wrong. I mean, KC, man, you just seem upset over there, dude. Why are you so mad, bro? Like, listen, dude. I'm sure you're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm not mad," but you're implying that I'm not admitting I'm wrong. Again, find where I said the bull market was back if it doesn't have a question mark. I'm not talking about bull market back question mark. Just like market crash question mark. It's not me predicting a crash. It's asking the chat. Again, if you could find that, I'll certainly admit I was wrong, but I don't ever remember saying definitively that the bull market was back, but maybe I did, you know, regardless, maybe I did, you know, it's all good. In the end, like what it comes across as is you being upset you were wrong about your 420 stock market bottom prediction, and now you're, you know, I don't know. Again, it's all love here, but I used Google Bard yesterday. I actually like Google Bard a lot. I actually like Google Bard a lot, Eli. I like it. I don't know if I like it more than Chat GPT. I've never actually compared them super closely, but I like Bard a lot. There is no crash yet. We will surpass the all-time highs. Yeah, I mean, I think the SPY is still pretty bullish on the year. I mean, look, here's a yearly chart. Right. So, I mean, the SPY is still pretty bullish on the year. It's not as bullish as it was in July, but like it still looks pretty bullish to me. You know what I mean? And again, we'll see if it holds. There's the top. I don't know when we're going to hit the 460 level, which is the highs. I think 400 is like a big psychological level. This is something I've talked about a lot before. I think 400 is like the biggest psychological level. And I think if we dip under 400 specifically, we're in trouble. You know, I've said this a bunch, but we're in trouble, I think, if we dip under 400, because I think the psychological part of that means it's risky, you know. Remember when GameStop Ryan Cohen bought Bed Bath & Beyond and tweeted that he was holding position? Yeah, that was a crazy aspect of it. I covered that, but again, I sold Bed Bath & Beyond. I can't remember where I sold. I think it was at like, I think I sold it at like the $15 or $20 level, which actually was a pretty good exit. And again, what happens a lot during these crazy squeezes like Bed Bath & Beyond, what's the price now? I don't even think it lets me look at the chart. But what happens is like I'll cover these crazy squeezes. Like I remember I covered Bed Bath & Beyond squeezes. Is it BBBYQ? I don't think it's not even listed anymore. But I covered the squeeze, and then once we hit a certain price, I'm like, okay, guys, I'm getting out of this thing. You know, this thing's risky. And then like the whole stream turns on me and gets mad and calls me not a true supporter. and tells me I'm against the movement because I decided to sell. And then it turns out that everybody that did that was usually wrong. And then the stock ends up just cratering down and eventually getting delisted and going out of business. And they're just left sitting there holding the bag, crying manipulation. You know, I'm not going to say it happened with GameStop, but it definitely happened with GameStop too. And so in the end, the lesson with Bed Bath & Beyond is very simple. Don't get so caught up in these movements. You know, if you're holding a stock for a moral reason, you're setting yourself up to fail. You know, I don't care about the morality of stock holding. You know, I'm not gonna make it my life's job to protect a corporate entity. You know, yeah, they call me Big Papa Paper Hands. Yeah, does the GameStop crew still like Cohen after all that stuff? I mean, Cohen's the CEO, isn't he? Right now, am I wrong? Isn't Cohen the GameStop CEO? Again, I might be wrong. I don't know. Yeah, I'm usually like, listen, if a stock's up hundreds of percent and I'm in it, I'm usually taking profit. Casey says, no, it's not at all. You're mad? Casey, stop yelling, bro. Stop yelling, man. It hurts my ears, dude. Stop yelling, man. I think the herd of comments all supporting the movement was largely bots. I don't think so. I think a lot of them were traders. There was definitely a lot of traders. I'll have to go back and find that stream. It's been a while. How long ago did that happen? Yeah, we streamed it. Let me see if I can find it. It's so long since that movement. Let me find it. I think I changed the name of all the streams I did back then. So I can't find it anymore. We covered it though. Like we covered the Bed Bath & Beyond craziness. I'm looking for it. Squeeze. And then the crash. So I guess this was like a year ago that I'm seeing right now. I'm watching a lot of these old streams. I'm looking back at them. I think we bounce into FOMC. Yeah, I don't know. I think we could chop. I'm not sure. Community still lives on in Weeble comment section. Yeah, I mean, the problem again is that people, again, nobody cries manipulation more than somebody that's wildly wrong about a penny stock squeeze. You know what I mean? Like nobody cries manipulation more than that. You see it a lot with the meme stocks. All right, team. Tesla's starting to try again. I'm watching the 200 EMA VWAP level. It's very close. We're also in Chewy that's pushing up a lot today that we're still holding. Nancy says the best way to become a successful trader is to combine a strong background in math and quantitative finance with practical experience in programming and machine learning. It depends, man. It really depends. Sorry, I know I called you man. My apologies. It really depends. It depends on what type of trading you're trying to do, and that's gonna vary. Like, it really depends. There's a lot of you don't. If you're just doing basic day trading like I'm doing, you don't really need super skilled mathematics. Like, you don't need to be super well versed in mathematics. Like, you need to be able to understand basic percentages, like calculating basic percentages, like if a stock moves $1 and the stock price is 400, it's moving that divided by 4, which would be 0.25, right? It's moving a 1/4%, like stuff like that. You need that type of math. You need to be able to calculate risk reward. So you need like very basic mathematics. So you need like simple math, just to figure out what your average might be if you add to your positions, or what your risk reward is. Now, if you're programming algorithms, which is a completely different thing, which can be really profitable, black box trading can be very powerful as well. But if you're programming that type of stuff, you need to that's where you're going to need like some skill in math, but it doesn't have to be like calculus or anything like that. It's more so you just need to understand basic math. Nothing more irritating as a new trader to hold on to a winning trade too long, only to see all your potential profit vanish. If you're gonna diamond hand, at least take out your initial investment when it goes up. Right, 100%. That's what I always tell people. Like, again, if I'm up big at anything, I'm gonna take profit very quickly. Hey, thank you so much for the $5 donation, Ramsey. I appreciate you rolling with it, and not being too mad about the trolls, because of course we're going to troll you today. You were wildly wrong, but I appreciate the donation, so thanks so much, man. What's up, Isaac? No calls on Tesla. Bought 2,000 in Google calls last week. Cashed them out before the bell. 61 gain. Thoughts about Tesla, but still the setup on the downside. How long are your calls out to? Hey, thanks, Travis. Thanks so much. Yeah, the Dixie's not wrecked. It's just probably dipping down because the market's pushing up, right? Yeah, I mean, it's just down because the market's up. That's pretty normal. Chewy's still pushing up. We're in Chewy right now. I'm in the 1780s for Chewy. I don't know whether I want to sell or what. Never upset. I'm still confident about the bottom, not in yet. Hey, maybe, but imagine Nvidia's down from 500, still up like 200% year to date. Amazon and Netflix holding better than other tech. I mean, define better. It depends on what you're looking at. Amazon and Netflix are less extended on the upside, right? So when you look at Amazon, I mean, it's still up pretty big. Netflix is still up pretty big, right? But there's a difference between that and like some other stuff. Hey, buddy. Where did my son go? Did anybody see my son? I don't know where he went today. I see you. Are you just pretending? I see you. Hey, yeah, don't hit her the cord. You were just pretending the first time. Yeah. No, you're good. You're sneaky. But I'm sneakier. You know, I'm like the guy from Mr. Deeds. Here, hold on, guys. Everybody see Jack's, what is it?
Iron
Golem. Hill Golem. Iron Golem. What's it from? It's from Minecraft?
Yes.
Okay. Here, he can hang out right by me.
And I'd like to thank everybody for the 100,000 subscribers.
Oh, that's nice, man. Thanks so much, Jack. Maybe you'll take this over one day if you want it. Yeah, man. All right. Well, you seem to be in good spirits today, huh? Yeah. Yeah, be careful, bro. See, I'm telling you, you want to super glue it, dude. I know there's a lot of like YouTubers that like super glue this type of stuff. Get him a diamond sword.
Oh, I already have one.
Yeah, he's got one somewhere. We got him one for Halloween a while back.
Last Halloween.
Yeah, last one. So be careful with that thing, bro. I don't want it to fall. All right, guys. Again, Tesla's starting to push up. It's at 195s. SPY up to 417s. SPY up to 417s. We get Tesla at 195s, 196s. I'll see you down there. Hey, I love you, buddy. You leaving, man? All right, well, here, come here. All right, my son. That's my son. He's hanging out. All right. Yeah, he likes coming. Say hey to everybody. He wants to be a YouTuber, he told me. I told him he's got to wait. All right, team. How do you think PCE is going to come in? PCE is not this week. PCE came in on Friday. I'm pretty sure. Son needs a sister. He's got a sister. She just doesn't come in here because she's 14 and too cool. My daughter's 14, and again, I love her. But she's definitely a teenager right now. Bro, I swear, there's like a new drama every week. Every day with my daughter, there's like some type of new drama. So yeah, definitely definitely more drama with my daughter. Other than my son, you know, I think they're at the age, high school. My daughter's in high school, so I think that's the age now where, like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm a guy, so things are just different. But like, I didn't have that much drama in high school. I was pretty laid back in high school, man. I was kind of like the quiet kid. But I had friends outside of my school. I went to like a small school. All right, team. What? Dang, bro. The government's saying I owe an extra grand, dude. What? It's never fun when the government's like, yo, you owe another $1,000. Really, it's like $1,100, bro. I log into the IRS site. Boom. I owe the government an extra $1,000. Government IRS, bro. I mean, I'm okay with it, but damn, dude. I mean, I know I'm making a lot, but like, sheesh, bro. $1,000. I already paid you so much, government. Like, why didn't the government just tell me how much money I owe? They see my 1099s. Like, why don't you just tell me from the get-go how much money I owe? Like, why? Like, they're just hoping I get it wrong, you know? And apparently I did, man. I owe an extra $1,100. My daughter will be 14. Yeah, dude, honestly, they're cool, though. Like, there's pros and cons to them being this age, you know? Like, I could watch great movies with them, like good movies, like the best movies ever. I could watch with my daughter, you know? I can't watch them with my son. My daughter's latest thing has been FNAF. Huh? I don't know. Here's my daughter. Love you. Have a good day. I don't know. I like it dark in here. Yeah. I was raised in the darkness.
People think I am sure.
I was born in it.
Oh, he says people think I live in shadows, but really,
yeah, that's the new one. Nobody cares about freaking emo new Batman. Who is he? What is his name? Patterson. Freaking emo Batman, bro. He's got an emo haircut. Christian Bale's the best one, you know. Yeah, emo Batman is his name, you know. And being emotional is his game. I'm sure you do, you know. All right, I love you. Have a good day at school. Oh, you want to see? Yeah, they know. Which let's do a poll here in chat. Which Batman was better, Christian Bale or emo Robert Pattinson? Is that his name? All right, Christian Bale, emo Robert Pattinson.
It's not emo though.
Oh, he's definitely emo for sure.
In the movie.
Chad doesn't care. They're like, hey, let's talk about the stock market again. Tesla pushing up. Yeah, they're kind of just quiet about it. So yeah, it's all right.
Yep.
They'll probably respond. They'll probably look Bale, Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's like the '90s one, Christian one, but I'm old school. Yeah. So look, so your vote Bale.
Oh man.
I'm saying like, look, nobody cares about emo Batman over here, Maddie. You know, Bale. Look, see, we don't even need to say it. I mean, listen. I kind of like the new one. The new one's not bad, but he's not better than Christian Bale. Christian Bale's Batman movies, the trilogy there was the best Batman trilogy there'll ever be, I promise. Like, there's not going to be one better than that. The new one's okay, but it's certainly nowhere close to as good as that trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy. Yeah, I vote Robert Eli, man. How dare you? Christian Bale.
Twilight guy. He is the Twilight guy.
He is the Twilight guy, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I love you.
I'll take my leave.
Okay, yeah, you lost. Love you. All right. See? Teenager. You know, but she's cool. Like I said, she could watch good movies with me. Everybody knows who I'm talking about when I say emo Batman. You know, he is emo, right? Adam West. Who's Adam? I don't know who that is. Oh, you're talking about the OG Batman TV series. Yeah, ain't even a debate. Couldn't finish emo Batman. Thought he was a vampire. Right, 100%. Yeah, Heath for Joker. Again, the Dark Knight trilogy is definitely going to be the best Batman movie. That's actually like the one. I'm not really into DC. I'm not the biggest superhero nerd in the world, right? Like I to be honest, I think it's a little bit diluted at this point. So I think like dilution of superhero movies, you know, is definitely here at this point in time. All right, so again, I think a dilution of superhero movies. When I was growing up, I was into like Ninja Turtles, you know, like the Ninja Turtles were kind of my main superheroes. I was into like Ninja Turtles mostly. Tech billionaire Peter Thiel was an FBI informant, according to Business Insider. All right, so 8.25% mortgage rates are normal. That's what it was in the 90s. People are saying, bro, house is sold for 125K back then. All right, so here's a SPY dip. Again, we're pulling back to that 200 EMA VWAP level. We built up a little bit of cushion on the day. Chewy's up a lot today as well. Again, I'm trolling the emo Batman, but I actually liked the Robert Pattinson Batman. Like, I actually did like it. Like, I thought it was like genuinely good. You know, the emo Twilight dude Batman. Like, I thought it was good. I liked it. All right, so look at Tesla pull back. Look at the market dip. All right, so U.S. employment benefits and employment costs and employment wages came out 1.2%. Let me see what the expected numbers were. But we did just get this data drop. And so again, we got the U.S. unemployment video. So again, employment cost index, which is the biggest one, came in at 1.1% quarter over quarter versus 1% expected. It measures the change in the price businesses and government pay for civilian labor. It adjusts for changes in job mix. It came in higher than expected at 1.1%. Looks like the market's not really liking this report. It's actually moving down from it. We're pulling back to this support level, but the market didn't necessarily like it. We still got time though. And we got the Case-Shiller house price index at 9 in about 30 minutes. They got Chicago PMI and CB consumer confidence at 10. But again, this is the first thing that dropped. Again, U.S. employment. They expected 1%. Ended up showing this right here. And again, the market's bouncing a little bit on it though, so we'll see if it holds. But it's up right there so y'all can read it. All right, so we bounced right back at that 200 EMA volume weighted average price level. I got to watch that level more. When you owe taxes, it's a good thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it. Like, I mean, I got to pay the government an extra $1,100, but I just already pay so much. You know, it is what it is. It sucks, but you know, taxes are taxes. Got to pay them. I'm okay with paying them. You know. Colorado football players had their jewelry and chains stolen out of their locker room while they were playing UCLA. Wait, is this the same Colorado that's got Prime coaching? Apple's app charges violate EU antitrust law, according to Dutch agency. So Apple's app charges violate EU antitrust law. All right, so again, we're still testing that 200 EMA level on the SPY, which is a pretty big spot, like a pretty big level. Yeah, we got the Case-Shiller housing. Hey, what's up, Tiny? Hey, good morning. Is the report good? Market's reacting negatively to it. It's not really good or bad. Caterpillar a buy. Yeah, the villains certainly Ledger, Tom Hardy. Yeah, market's weird. All right, so yeah, we got the Case-Shiller house price index. All right, team. So again, we got the Case-Shiller at 9 a.m. At 9 a.m. today. We got, what else do we have? All right, so again, Tesla bouncing up at 195.20 here. Expectation should be 0.8. Hey, what's up? Yeah, so we got the red book up too. Yeah, red book drops. Red book's not really like an important thing, though. Like the red book is a sales weighted year-over-year same store sales growth. So I mean, it might be relevant for inflation. Last one was 5%. All right, so the ECB Stornara says they would consider interest rate cuts should inflation permanently and sustainably fall under 3% threshold in mid-24. We'll see if they do that or not. Yeah, we got Chicago PMI and CB consumer confidence at 10. Again, market's starting to fall back down a little bit here after a couple green days. Again, the previous closing price is right at 415.50s. So, hey, nice, Philip. Congrats, brother. Congrats. Hey, good morning, team. Yeah, again, once you're funded, personally, I would scale. Yeah, Top Step's dope, man. If you haven't tried out Top Step, it's a funded program for futures. Like, we've been trading on it some this morning. We've been trading the Dow. But again, the first thing people have to realize is that futures market is very similar to stock trading. There's just no PDT rule, right? You can't actually day trade stocks, but you can trade the Dow, you can trade the S&P, you can trade the NASDAQ, basically the Q, the SPY. You can trade currencies, gold, silver. Patterns are very similar in the index funds to stocks, but there's no PDT rule, right? So it's a great way to get exposure to trading stocks with just less risk and no PDT rule. And what they do is they give you a demo, they test your skill. If you can hit the target on the demo, the base one's a 50K demo, right? The base one's 50K. If you can hit 3K in profit without losing over 2K, they fund you 50K with a 90% split, as long as you can follow their rules and conditions. And so it's really the best of both worlds. Like, it's a great way if you don't have that much money to get started day trading with less risk. You know what I mean? So like, most day traders lose. I lost thousands when I first got started. And I wish I would have known about something like this when I first got started, because I would have just saved money. I wouldn't have lost as much, right? And so again, what they do is they give you a demo, they test your skill. If you can pass the test, they fund you. If you lose, you're only out $49, and so your risk is limited to what you pay for the combine. But if you're good enough to pass it, say you pass it and then you make 20K, you get to keep 18 of that. Since they're funding it, they get to keep 2,000, right? And you get to keep your first 10K in profit as well. There's free funding coaches, tons of great resources. Just genuinely useful for traders learning how to day trade. And if you're good enough, you get funded. Again, my risk management system is something I talk about a lot, because again, the way I trade these systems makes a lot of sense, I think. And again, what I do, and I talk about the system every day, is I build up a cushion first. Like today, we're partly there. Like, we got $70 in profit, but I build up that cushion first. You know, once we build up that cushion, if I can build up a cushion of a couple $100, then I'm allowed to take larger risk and larger size. So I trade very small. Maybe I trade the Dow. Maybe I trade the E-mini, one contract only. I limit it to just one contract when I'm building that cushion. And if I make a couple $100, then I'm allowed to take 2 contracts. If I make a little bit more, then I'm allowed to take 3, right? And if I'm not able to build up a cushion at all on the day, I leave with, you know, a couple $100 in losses. That's okay. You know, but that means that when I lose, it's a small loss, you know, especially getting funded in the combines here. When I lose, it's small with the system. But when I actually make a really good day, like my good days can be $1,000+. And so small loss, big wins. And when you do that over and over again, you know, you can get funded fairly easily if you follow it strictly, for sure. You know, we've been funded in multiple over the last couple months. So, hey, what's up, Ollie Reed? And again, if you want to check it out, there's the link in the description, as well as you got the link right there in chat. Dow's mostly been turning though. That's the only reason I'm hesitant. You can see Tesla bouncing up a little bit, like Tesla up to 195.20s. So Tesla's trying to pop, but we'll see if it does. Right, yeah. If you make $1,500 a day on the first one, on the base combine, you can get funded in 2 days, Jason. So it's pretty nice. Yeah, and again, the next thing we got is the Case-Shiller. Case-Shiller is not really like a super relevant report. It's just not a big report. It's not a report that is really gonna like move. The big one today is CB consumer confidence data. CB consumer confidence data is like the most relevant one that you probably want to pay attention to. Crazy dip coming today. Bears got bulls by the Ramsey, is that you? Yeah, is this Nvidia dropping? Let me see. Yeah, Nvidia's been the one testing lows. All right, so I'm reading a report that says Nvidia is on the verge of losing $5 billion in China revenue in 2024 as U.S. stricter export ban returns to haunt the AI. All right, so Kamala Harris is announcing a private investment of more than $200 million to finance artificial intelligence advancements. Caterpillar executive says the North America company sees continued growth in non-residential construction, and the company has seen a reduction in dealer orders for construction properties, which was anticipated that China demand is going to remain well below typical. We'll put this up in chat. Right, for sure. If you're okay to pay for resets, then it's fine, you know. Which I think, like for me, I'd rather get funded quickly and reset a couple times than take a month to get funded, you know. All right, so look at Tesla pop back up. So Tesla bouncing all the way up to 196 or 195.60. I mean, big pop on Tesla. It's got to be some type of catalyst-driven move here. Maybe not, but Tesla bouncing. Let's see if we can figure it out. Dragging the market up with it. Okay, so I'm reading some stuff this year. I don't know if they mentioned Tesla, but Tesla ripping up big. Does anybody know why? Maybe sympathy, maybe just big buys, orders coming in. Yeah, sad about the hockey player, man. It's really terrible. It's horrible. Yeah, I think they should at least, I don't know. That dude's skate went awfully high, man. Look at Tesla fly up. Almost up to 197s right now. This has got to be some type of catalyst, no? Let's see if the chat knows. But look at Tesla rip. Yeah, he passed. Hey, what's up, Manny? Thanks so much, dude. Yeah, huge bounce here. Again, I'm looking at it. I see an article posted by, who is this posted by? By Victor Reclatus. But I don't see anything regarding Tesla on this report. Let me look at Twitter. Twitter's sometimes good to find this type of news. Something caused Tesla to bounce pretty drastically here. And if you find something before I do, let me know. Problem is so many people tagging Tesla when they shouldn't. Yeah, I don't see anything for Tesla. I don't know why it's up so much. It's now pulling back a little bit. It did drag the market back up though, but yeah, I don't see anything necessarily here. All right, most of the earnings are out today. Let's go ahead and cover these. Mixed reports, with Pfizer being the biggest one, dropping today. All right, so again, we got Caterpillar, Pfizer, Amgen, JetBlue drop earnings today. What else we had? So we got Caterpillar, JetBlue. CCG, Budweiser. How did Bud do today, man? That's an interesting one I didn't catch this morning. Here's Bud. Bud mostly reacted positively with 56 cents. ETN, Zebra, BP, BPC, Maritime Petroleum, they did pretty well. I don't know if they reacted positively to it though. So we posted that. We'll see if Tesla holds here. Again, Bud Light actually up a decent amount when you consider everything. SPY testing that 200 EMA VWAP level. It's such a big, influential level. So we'll see if we can get back over. You can kind of see, this is why we'll watch the 200 EMA and the volume weighted average price. You know, again, at 9 a.m., we're going to do our strategies after the Case-Shiller data. But you can see the 200 EMA VWAP level right here. And you can kind of see we broke underneath it. And we actually held. And then we bounced up and rejected and then came back down. So Caterpillar's already out, Justin. I think Caterpillar did okay. Well, they reacted negatively to it. I think their earnings were mostly positive, though. Yeah, AMD this evening is the big one for sure. What happened to Disney? Okay, Disney's back over 80s. We're kind of flat on the position we've had there. PayPal definitely dipping down some recently. Yeah, Tesla's still testing these highs up here. Look at it bouncing back up. I mean, Tesla's down so much already, it might be time to buy the dip. Like we talked about that earlier. There's Tesla up to 196.50 right now, 196.50. Kind of dragging the SPY back up with it. Like, we do have the Case-Shiller in about 6 minutes. It's not the biggest report, but it's big enough to cover. And then CB consumer confidence data at 10, as well as we also have Chicago PMI at 9:45. So Again, we'll see what we get, but CB consumer confidence data is the biggest one, biggest release we have like dropping today. Pull up. We've been trading on TradingView a lot too. There we go. Thought I had this up. Let me check this chart. All right, we're gonna buy the Dow right here. So we've been trading the Dow basically all morning. I think we're gonna go ahead and buy this again. All right, so we're in one contract of the Dow. See how much the Case-Shiller influences this. NASDAQ pushing up a little bit. Interesting, the Dow is down. We got a cushion on the day already though, so we're doing all right there. Let's see if this holds. Again, I want to watch the, so here's the Dow on the left, and then here's the SPY on the right. All right, so we get, SPY trying to break over the VWAP here. Dow still down on the last like hour for sure, like everything else. But again, we break underneath this level, I'll cut it. We're mostly flat on this Dow position. Again, we got 4 minutes until the Case-Shiller data. Again, I don't think the Case-Shiller data is going to really influence much. All right, there we go. Nicely green on the Dow. Big pop-up. Oh, don't retrace. Okay, we're back green. We're flat now. I'll probably take profit pretty quickly here if I can. Again, Case-Shiller drops. 3 minutes. I don't like this move at all. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. Small loss. You know, we're still up on the day. I just don't like that retracement, that big upwick, as well as the data's coming out. The SPY rejected the 200 EMA and the VWAP here. So those are all bearish signs. So I'm just going to get out and use good risk management. CB consumer confidence data is dropping in about an hour at 10 a.m. It levels the confidence consumers have in the economy. But again, understand this about the CB consumer confidence data is that the higher consumer confidence they have, the more risky inflation gets, right? So higher CB consumer confidence, riskier inflation situation. You know what I mean? And so that's something that you probably want to pay attention to and watch. All right, CB consumer confidence data dropping in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yeah, so it looks like me cutting this was the right move. All right, here goes the CB consumer confidence data. We got 1 minute. All right, so we're in a short of the NASDAQ here. We took the other direction once we got scared out. We thought that was enough bearish influence to take a short. So we're up already. We got a little cushion on this trade so far. We're up about $40, $30. See if we flush a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and lock that in and take my little $50 of profit. So yeah, we're up almost 100 on the day basically right now. We're up $85 technically. So not bad. All right, here we go. Here goes the Case-Shiller house price index. Again, the last one, 1.6% is what they're expecting for the Case-Shiller. 1.6%. It measures the change in the selling price of single-family homes in metro areas across the U.S. So 1.6% increase in price is what they're expecting. Again, we'll see how it moves markets. Again, SPY rejected 200 EMA VWAP. And here we go. So there's the report. All right, 2.2%. 2.2% is what it came in at. 2.2% versus 1.6% expected. So higher than expected change in selling price in single-family homes versus expectations. And so again, 2.2% versus 1.6% expected for the Case-Shiller house price index. Again, 2.2% versus 1.6% is what it showed. Market's kind of reacted positively, but we don't know if it's reacting positively to this or other stuff. Again, the month over month came in at 0.6% versus 0.5%. But yeah, again, we came in at 2.2 versus 1.6 expected here. We'll put this up on the screen. The next one is CB consumer confidence and Chicago PMI data at 10. All right, so again, we're looking a little weak. All right, so again, CB consumer confidence data is now dropping at 10. Let's get this report up. Get ready. Okay, we got 20 minutes. Tesla kind of bouncing, right? But there's the Case-Shiller data out. All right, again, so we got a little bounce back up to test that 200 EMA. Again, I'm not confident enough in this right now for sure. All right, so Tesla getting a little bounce. I don't know if I trust stuff to go back up. All right, sorry, I had to update something. It'll affect mostly everything. Watching Russell. What's up, Douglas? Oil ain't giving entries. Yeah, I haven't really tried to trade oil like that. Bank of Japan news. Yeah, I'll have to check and see. Tesla moving up. Again, we keep testing the same level, which I'm kind of skeptical on. I don't mind shorting this top right here in the NASDAQ. So we're short one contract here. We built up a small cushion on the day, so we can take a contract at the NASDAQ here. But I'd love to see it retrace and bump down. Again, luckily we got that cushion on the day that we can play with. All right, so we're green. We were green, now we're red again. Again, we're trading futures. This is called the NASDAQ futures contract. Again, it's basically the Q price action, and we can day trade it in futures, no PDT rule. Again, this is a program called Top Step. Again, I'm in the cushion building phase of my system where I build up a cushion on the day. So far, we're up about $100, and so we can take one contract at this, and if it pushes up too much, just cut it, and we're back to break even, and we'll be back to our cushion building phase, which we might be in pretty soon, it looks like. And again, if that happens, that's okay. I'm watching the SPY right here at the 200 EMA, though, in the VWAP. I think that's a big, important spot. And now we're retracing back down. But yeah, so again, if we lose here, it's all right. We have to just understand that we're going to have to scale back down our size and get back into the cushion building phase, which is what we're going to have to do. So yeah, now we're down $20 on the day. And so again, we're going to switch from the NASDAQ to the regular E-mini. Again, the cushion building makes sense if you think about it, right? Like we try to build up a cushion with small size. And then once we build up that cushion with small size, then we're allowed to take up larger swings, like trade the regular NASDAQ. If we end up losing in the cushion building phase, again, that's okay. We're just going to have a small losing day. And again, it is the day preceding the FOMC meeting, right? So we do have the FOMC meeting tomorrow. We've got AMD earnings. We've got Apple earnings on Thursday. It's a busy week. And so y'all just be careful. I am starting to see some bull action, though. Again, SPY over the 200 EMA, over the volume weighted average price. I don't know if I like it enough to go long, but it's definitely stopping me from shorting heavily right now based off of the SPY pushing over that 200 EMA volume weighted average price level. All right, so again, market's bullish so far, at least. Maybe the song's trying to tell me something. There's a little breakdown flush. Got a little pullback. Again, I don't know what we're in right now. We seem kind of choppy to me. So I would just be careful because so far the price action we have is choppy. Maybe a 5-minute chart looks better. And again, we're pretty much flat on the day. We are down $14. We got a little scalp on the NASDAQ just now, but we are down $13.65. Or we're down $15 exactly, actually. Getting that Ford divvy today. When's the date of record? I don't know when I bought Ford. Let me see. I have to check it out. Let's see. Date of record. July. I don't think I've been holding it that long. Let me see when I bought Ford. Okay, I bought Ford August. Wait, I might get this dividend. I bought it in August. Does anybody know how much is this dividend? Oh, it's 15 cents. I mean, Ford doesn't move that much, but still. Okay, when's the date of record? Does anybody know for this latest divvy for Ford? Oh, you mean that the record date for Ford is tomorrow? But it's only 15 cents a share, though. So, yeah. All right, guys. Hey, we got a couple minutes left. Again, today's still a pretty slow day. We don't have much going on right now. How about those Rangers, though, guys? How about those Rangers? Yeah, but I've been trading jiu-jitsu, dude. I don't know if it's just me, bro, but I like no-gi jiu-jitsu way more than gi jiu-jitsu. Like, I hate grip fighting with a passion. Like, I hate grip fighting. And I have a pretty strong grip, but I always just, like, if I'm rolling with somebody really good, like a black belt, I'm usually trying to pull guard, and it just doesn't work that well. But, man. But I love no-gi, and I do really well at no-gi. Like I have good takedowns, good top pressure. Let's not talk about the Rangers. Hey, how about the Rangers? Because you lack skill right now. You're probably right, Bruce, to be honest. Oh, you're definitely right. But I mean, to put it into perspective, though, I do well against other white belts, bro. I really do. Like, I do well. Like I feel like, and maybe it's just ego, but like, most of the time when we roll, I'm beating most of the other white belts in my gym, right? Not all of them. There's some white belts that completely own me. But the ones that own me are like friends with the instructors, right? So they're training 24/7, basically. But like most of the people that I started with, that I started after, like I do pretty well against. Again, I've got a really good guillotine, and so I think it might be to a fault, because like most of the time when I roll with the other belts, my like the other white belts, I usually go for more submissions than they do, and maybe they're just playing more defense, which might be a better move anyway, like just being more defensive as a white belt instead of just looking for offense. But again, before I started learning jiu-jitsu, I was a big MMA fan, you know, so like I've watched MMA for years and years, and so I knew a lot of the moves before I actually learned them, you know. And some of the other training guys, they're not big MMA fans, or they don't watch like competitive jiu-jitsu, and so they don't understand that. They understand the moves, but like I think watching it for so long helps you understand the sequences a little bit better. But maybe that's just in my head. But I do. But point is, I'm a crappy, sucky white belt. You know, if I roll with a blue belt or a purple belt, they're destroying me without question. You know. I've trained once a day, usually, maybe once every, maybe 4 times a week. Sometimes more, sometimes less. All right, we're getting a little pop here. Again, we'll see if we hold. Like, Muay Thai is fun too. Look at the VIX and the dollar. What's the VIX at right now? All right, again, we do have the SPY dipping down. Still in that sideways trend. See, remember, guys, I told you I was worried about the SPY rejecting this level, this 200 EMA VWAP level. I was worried about it. Yeah, I don't wear a mouth guard, Boris. You know, honestly, if my jaw hurts, I usually just tap. You know, I'm not gonna. If somebody's rear naked choking me and they're more so doing like a neck crank on my jaw, or they also have me in like cross face or something like that, I'm either squirming out of it or I'm tapping. You know, I don't care about tapping early. Visual alerting is important. Yeah, I mean, I really do think, like, again, I'm like a super fan of MMA, and I have been for like a decade. You know, and it just took me a while to actually go learn jujitsu. But again, I know some people will hear that and they'll be like, "Oh, this dude thinks watching UFC helped him get better." And I understand that thought process. Like, nah, man, like you can't let, you know, you can't watch jujitsu or you can't watch UFC and learn MMA, and you can't, right? You have to actually like drill and learn the moves. But the sequences specifically, like learning when you're losing the body triangle from the when you have somebody's back and you have them in a body triangle or something like that, or you just have their back and they start to squirm out of it, remembering the sequence of like position over submission and switching to full mount from that, like turning over into full mount instead of losing that position and being on the bottom and like guard or something, right? Learning those type of sequences helped. You know what I mean? If I'm trying to explain it the best way I can, and like knowing what submissions to go for, like knowing if I can get my head under somebody's armpit, I can arm triangle and stuff like that. I think it was helpful for me. But don't lose a tooth, yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Hey, market's starting to pull back. Tesla dipping down a little bit as well. Tesla dipping down a little bit. SPY following it. SPY still technically green on the day. You can see the previous closing price at 415.50s. You think November will be a bull month? I hope so, Chalk, but I have no idea, man. I hope it's a green month. You never know, though. Anything could happen. I hope it's green. Yeah, the consumer confidence data is the last big data released today. We got FOMC meeting tomorrow too. What else we got moving? What's Apple doing? Apple has been what's dragging the market down. It looks like Apple falling all the way back down to 168. Did some news come out regarding Apple? Let me see. Any Apple news that just came out, team? All right, so 70 people are complaining about the 7,200 price for a MacBook Pro. Yeah, I'm not about to spend 10K on a freaking computer ever. Maybe not for 50 years. According to Fortune, X, previously known as Twitter, is now only valued at $19 billion. Only at $19 billion right now. Yeah, I suck at X guard. I don't do a lot of arm drags either. Again, we have no gi and we have both gi and no gi classes. I always do much better, and then we have like open mats and stuff for no gi. I always tend to do much better, and I always like no gi a lot more because I'm not very good at grip fighting or even like collar chokes. I'm not really the best at those either. Again, my best submissions are like guillotines, arm triangles. They're mostly what I hit people with. I can get a rear naked choke every now and then, but guillotines and arm triangles are kind of my go-tos. Nvidia falling back down. It's under 405s right now. It's at 404s. People digesting the event. The event was so bad. Apple costs 10K. Okay. Yeah, Elon paid more than twice as much. Again, Nvidia falling down is kind of dragging the market. Again, the market's still technically green on the day, but it's not super green. Like, it still needs to hold if it wants to maintain this bull action into the year. Again, CB consumer confidence data expected at 100. So all right, so again, we're going to put this up on screen. All right, so Apple bounced it up. But again, Apple has been what's tanked the market for the most part. Sub 500 price point on Windows. I don't know. Let me see. So Ray Davis owns the owns the Texas Rangers. All right, so let's look at Tesla. Again, Tesla pull it back to this big bounce level, the 200 EMA volume weighted average price. The problem is everything else looks kind of weak to me. And how much will the market open in 9 minutes? Hey, thanks, Gabby, for the $2 donation. I appreciate it. There are red days and there are super red days. Yeah, yesterday was green. Right, Ramsey? All right. All right, guys, we got 7.5 minutes. Watching Tesla, watching the SPY. We're going to wait until the open bell to trade some of this stuff. And then remember, at 10 a.m., we got CB consumer confidence data dropping as well. All right, so Elon says a large number of people are living paycheck to paycheck and with a lot of debt. They've got credit card debt, mortgage debt. All right, team. 5 minutes left, basically. All right, so we're watching the Fed Reserve. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. PCs get outdated quickly, but it's mostly like if you want to keep up with the updated speeds of new computers, you can. But most old computers will work. The other problem is like a lot of the time computers will send updates that make the old computers not work as well. That's been proven, and so. All right, team. Again, we got 6 minutes left, or 4 minutes left. I'm sorry, 4.5 minutes technically. We got 4.5 minutes left until the market opens. Man, I'll zone out watching Twitter half the time. Again, Nvidia bouncing up to 404s. All right, so we're dipping down on the SPY. We're down to 415s, 416s. Apple did that. Haven't heard from others. Yeah. Again, the FOMC meeting tomorrow might mean choppy action today. That's just part of it. I'm sure tomorrow at the opening bell, we might get even more choppy data too. So again, I would understand that the market could be very choppy over the next few days. All right, team. Yeah, so sorry. I'm watching something on the background here. Market opens up in 3 minutes. Yeah, the world's in a scary place. There, we'll get the music going back up. There you go. Again, I'm probably going to stream AMD earnings today. AMD earnings are after the bell today, closing bell. We also have some other earnings too. I'm not sure anything super relevant. We got First Solar, FSLR. We got AMD, Caesars, Paycom, Lumen, Match Group, Chesapeake Energy, Sonico, Mercury General, Horizon Tech, Liberty Global, Huntsman, Advanced Energy Industries. Nothing else really big. You know what I mean? We got big sports, but that's basically it. Tesla bouncing right at that 200 EMA VWAP level. We got 2 minutes here until the opening bell, team. All right, team. All right, so got a little bounce on the SPY ahead of the open. Tesla bouncing right back up. We got about a minute left, so we are starting to see some bullish action heading into the opening bell. Tesla did bounce right at that 200 EMA volume weighted average price spot that we talked about. All right, so again, Tesla pushing, heading into the opening bell, guys. Here we go. We got less than a minute. Yeah, I mean, we got some data coming out, PMI specific data in about 16, 15 minutes. The big one is CB consumer confidence at 10 a.m. But we do have Chicago PMI data dropping. Not the biggest report, but it's still somewhat relevant. But again, SPY over 416s right now. Tesla bouncing up to 195.80s. Both very green on the day still. Market opens up in about 20 seconds, 25 seconds. So again, hit the like button, slap the subscribe button as well. All right, here's the open. Tesla's still got a long way to go to get green on the day. The SPY is right under the 200 EMA VWAP level, so let's see if we can fight over that level first. NVIDIA's still been breaking down. It's over 405s currently for the time being, but we don't know if it's actually going to stay here or not. But it's trying. Yeah, I mean, Chicago PMI is relevant for sure. It's not a big of a, not as big of a release as you think it is, man. Again, big drop at the SPY open. Look at the big drop on the SPY. Tesla pushing up, so kind of moving inversely here. SPY's still technically green on the day, though. All right, we're gonna get ready to day trade too. All right, E-mini falling down. Looks to be a slight bearish trend, but we'll let things settle first. Yeah, I'm sure it matters in gold, but Tesla's still dragging the market up with it. I think the market's mostly falling from NVIDIA as well. You can see the VIX starting to move up. Apple at 169.10s, 169.10s. Tesla flying up right now. NVIDIA's starting to turn back up too. It's the only reason I'm not shorting this again. I would short this some more. Maybe I should have. All right, we'll try. A little bit early to short, but we'll try. We'll take a couple contracts here. See if we get a flush down. Again, we got Chicago PMI data dropping in less than 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and take a risk and add 2 contracts to this and wait and let it try to roll and see if we get a breakdown flush. All right, so we're back to flat, slightly green. I like the spot. I don't mind being down 60 bucks. If we start to lose too much, we'll cut it quickly. I'd like to see a flush breakdown. There we go. I'm going to take half of this off there and just lock that profit in and build up a little bit more. There we go. All right, so we just locked it in. We're now green on the day. We're up about 35 or $30 on the day. You know, we scalped it very quickly. I see the SPY potentially bouncing right at that previous closing price level, which is a relevant level. Tesla came all the way back down. Look at Tesla, all the way back down. We might short again, but we're also very flat and everything, which might be the market today. Again, I see NVIDIA falling down some. I clicked short. It didn't actually short, but I guess we'll click it again. Little cushion on the day that we can use to take some risks. Again, we're trading the regular E-mini, which usually moves a little bit slower. Flat right now on the trade. Flat on the day right now too. Some bear action pressing. Apple's been the weak one today for sure. All right, there we go. We just locked in a little bit more profit. We're up like 40 bucks on the day. Again, I see NVIDIA start to break, so we might have made some more. But again, we're in that cushion building phase again where we're taking small size and trying to let that work. Yeah, we already dropped that action. So that came out about an hour ago. Or no, that actually came out about 35 minutes ago, sorry. NVIDIA just tapped under $400 for the first time. The low of the last few days is 398.70s. But NVIDIA's starting to look really, really weak here. So we might start shorting a little bit more. We should have maybe held to that short a little bit longer, but NVIDIA breaking down, Apple really turning here. Equities aren't really super red on the day for me, though. Apple's the biggest red one. Everything else is actually doing okay. Banks are bouncing up a little bit. All right, we got 10 minutes before Chicago PMI. Got a little slump in the E-mini now. Pulling back after some bounces today. Still green on the day, though. You can see the S&P open the day way back here. And so watch Tesla to see if Tesla slump starts. SPY still technically red, but the E-mini is technically green. Again, NVIDIA just broke lows of the last little bit. Let me see. NVIDIA just cracked lows. Yeah, so NVIDIA just cracked lows of like the last 3 months. It's at 397s right now, hit 396. It's a weak sign for sure, in tech specifically. Yeah, Tesla's already down so much. Again, I'm sitting tight. I'm still actually green on the day in equities. Mostly propped up by Coca-Cola today. Chewy today. AMC, we're green a little bit on that one today as well. AMC up to over 10. All right, so there's Tesla starting to look weak. If we get a little bounce back, we'll short into it. Here goes Chicago PMI data dropping in like 6 minutes. All right, so again, we are breaking down. Part of me wants to buy this dip now, though. I'll see if we retrace a little bit more. I'm going to buy this dip. It's a little risky of a trade for sure. We have a small cushion on the day. Yeah, just getting punished for it. And a quick little retracement back up, so we're flat now. Two big downwick pressures, so maybe we'll buy some more if we need to. Yeah, what we really want to watch, to be honest here, team, is NVIDIA and Apple. NVIDIA cracking all the way down to 393s, looking really weak. We're going to scale into a little bit more here. But yeah, NVIDIA, let me put NVIDIA's chart up. NVIDIA down to 395s. Look at this. 394s, hit 393 lows. All right. Getting a bounce. Took half off there. Locked in some. Up 50. I'm going to lock the rest in. So yeah, we're up about $100 now. Again, we got another cushion built up. Nvidia is the one that's really looking weak, dragging the rest of tech down. All right, watch Nvidia too. It depends on what we think Nvidia is going to do. Nvidia's back over 395s. I would short this position usually, but I think like Nvidia is so volatile on the day. All right, I'll short it. Again, we got a cushion, so we can let it work a little bit. There we go. Got a little breakdown. Up a little bit. I like a little bit more profit than this, though. We just don't have that much. I can always add to it if I want, but we're flat on this trade so far. All right, we're falling down. There we go. We're going to go ahead and lock that in a little bit more. So we're up about 140 on the day, 137 or 135. All right, so cushion building phase. We got about a 2.33 to 1 win-loss ratio. We can probably start to scale up and start trading some NASDAQ here real quick now since we have that cushion on the day so far. What's the NASDAQ doing? So yeah, NASDAQ's probably reeling from NVIDIA even more. And NVIDIA's starting to test lows of the day here. So if NVIDIA cracks lows, I might short this one. I'm going to short it anyway because it just looks really weak and it might be risky for sure to take for NVIDIA. But kind of shorting it, definitely a risky spot. Yep. Maybe I took the NASDAQ a little bit too early. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this. So went from a winning day to a losing day. We're still down like $100. So we got to switch back to the E-mini. And some days are going to be like this, where we build up a cushion, we take the risk, we lose, we go back to the regular, less risky play. You know, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. At least we got holiday music playing. NVIDIA's still testing those lows, though, looking kind of weak. How you guys doing today? Let me see. Again, all right, so we got 2.5 minutes before we got Chicago PMI dropping. Not the biggest report. The CB consumer confidence data is the much larger report. Hey, what's up, Yelton? So we are getting a bounce up. And we're consolidating it. And again, NVIDIA cracked lows for a split second too. So we'll see what this what the Chicago PMI shows. Man, NVIDIA retracing back. Hey, what's up, Manny? I don't know if we're going down or not, to be honest. Big retracement back. Tesla is kind of fighting back. So Tesla is dragging the market back up. PMI will likely be hot. All right, guys, we got 50 seconds. 50 seconds. right, so we were actually scalping a little bit of the regular E-mini. We got into this nice trade. We're up about 120, 130 on the rest, but we've already taken some profit here. So yeah, we just built up a really nice cushion. And sometimes I'm going to take trades off stream because if it's a frustrating day. But yeah, you can see my win-loss ratio is about 2.75 to 1. We ended up making about 295 on this one, so I'll take it. We caught the breakdown. I wanted to short it, and so we were able to do it. All right, guys, we got 15 seconds. 15 seconds before we have the Chicago PMI data dropping. Expectations are 45. 45. We'll see if the menu above 50 means expanding, below 50 means contracting, and so farther below 50 means the more contracting manufacturing sector. Here's the report. There we go right there. 44. The data came in at 44 versus 45, guys. 44 versus 45, lower than expected. This might actually be seen as a positive, though, because of inflation fears. And so this might not super negatively affect the market like you might think. It came in at 44 versus 45 for Chicago PMI. And then again, the next one is CB consumer confidence data. Again, but Chicago PMI 44 versus 45. And again, like I said, this might affect the market positively, like I just said, because inflation, the nuance of inflation. And again, this is making the market push up a little bit. NVIDIA bouncing back to over 395s as well. And futures on, yeah. But it depends. Sometimes I use limit orders. Depends on what type of what part of the day it is. All right, guys, we got CB consumer confidence in 16 minutes. All right, 14 minutes, team. 14 minutes. All right. NVIDIA starting to bounce back. Again, AMC looking green. Tesla actually dragging the market back up too. That's one of the biggest parts of it is Tesla dragging the market up. Did you get snow, John? In Houston? No. Or are you talking about snow stock, which is what is snow? Salesforce? Snowflake. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if you're talking about the stock or actual literal snow. Again, NVIDIA seems cheap right here too. Who knows, man? It looks cheap. All right, we're so flat on the E-mini right now. I'm surprised I'm green on the day. I think I got lucky on that last trade. Maybe took too much risk. But yeah, again, remember, CB consumer confidence data, 10 a.m. It is Halloween, so we're probably gonna have a little bit lighter viewership today, and that's all good. Again, hit the sub button, guys. We're getting pretty close to 117K. So if you haven't already subscribed, we appreciate the love. Thanks so much. Starting to test the bottom here, so we're starting to see some bear action. All right, so there's a test of this low level here. Again, the whole market might be waiting for the CB data coming out. Oh, snow? No, we don't have snow here, bro. We got rain and cold. It's not snowing, though. Is that really Vince McMahon? He's looking rough if it is. What happened to his chin? Man, that can't be Vince. Snowflake stock? I don't know. The Vince McMahon pick is a video. I don't know if this is Vince or not. I can't tell. Probably no jumper. But they're saying this is Vince McMahon. I can't tell. Like, look. I can't tell if this is him or not. Look at that. Does that look like Vince to you? Doesn't look like Vince to me, man. I don't know who that is. That's the Undertaker next to him. But my guy's looking rough. Yeah, look, S&P 500 break it down. E-mini breaking down a little bit. Again, we got 8 minutes until this report drops. How old is Vince? Oh, he's almost 80, dude. Of course it's him, man. Man, dude, he's getting old, bro. Who knew? All right, so E-mini breaking lows, looking weak. Get NVIDIA falling down, AMC dumping. NVIDIA 294s, Tesla dipping down a little bit. I think the real reason for this latest drop, at least, is Apple stock pulling down, testing lows. Microsoft stock's pretty down on the day too. Again, there's the S&P breaking down, cracking down a little bit. I don't know. It says he was born August 24th, 1945. He's 80. He's 70. He's 78. All right, guys. 7 minutes. Yeah, cracking down a little bit on the S&P though. Looking weak. All right, so I normally would short stuff like this, but I don't trust it ahead of this report. We got 6 minutes, team, before CB data comes out. 6 minutes. Yeah. And again, before this report drops, guys, check out Chart Prime. Chart Prime is something I have been using today. You can kind of see, like, I've got all these different Chart Prime stocks up. You know, we get alerts that show up on my screen as well. But like, check this out, look. So here's Chart Prime. right? You can kind of see how useful it is. I have all these different charts up, right? Even if we just bring up one of them, right? Let's just look at the S&P. The E-mini, like look at the sell signal that showed up way back here, and then look at this big dip, right? This is a trading view indicator service you can use in stocks, crypto, forex, futures. I've talked about it before, but like the powerful one is when multiple show up at once. Like this is a rare one time when it didn't work, but again, back test how many times you get engulfing candles and a reversal signal, and look at the bounce. Look here, it worked for sure. Here it worked for sure. You got a nice little bounce up. What the heck just happened, bro? Okay, here I'm gonna have to add it back. Yeah, sorry, I just messed with TradingView. But anyways, look at how many times you get an engulfing signal and a reversal signal at the same time, and then test the accuracy. Again, challenge you to test it. Look, reversal up signal, bounce. Reversal up signal, bounce. Reversal up signal. And again, I'm looking at reversal signals and bullish engulfing candles that happen at the same point. Like, look at these two. Beautiful bounce. Again, they have to happen, like, they're the most powerful when they happen within 10 minutes of each other, right? So if they happen within 10 minutes on a 5-minute chart, so 2 candles, or 2 to 3 candles. Like if they happen there, look, like here, reversal up bullish engulfing candle within like 2 minutes of each other. Beautiful bounce for the next like 3 hours. All right, this is a 5-minute chart, so this is 3 hours. Same thing here, reversal up bullish engulfing candle, beautiful bounce for the next few hours. Again, I challenge you to backtest this yourself. I use it on the E-mini. Look, here's another one. Reversal signal, bullish engulfing candle happened right next to each other. Beautiful bounce. Look, this one happened literally same candle. Beautiful bounce. Look, this one happened literal same candle. Beautiful dip. Right? This one happened same candle. Beautiful bounce. I can't fake it. Again, I can't fake it. This is just a small piece of what they offer. You can also check out like chart patterns, smart money concepts, oscillators, Market Oracle Pro. You can use these on a 1-hour chart. Stocks, crypto, forex, futures. You can use it on Tesla if you want to use it on Tesla, Apple, Amazon. I can use it on an hourly chart, 2-hour chart, whatever you want to use. Back test it yourself. You can find a lot of cool, powerful stuff with it, and it's very cheap if you want to check it out. It's like $49. Here's the link. Great way to help support the channel. Again, you get 40% off if you use my link. Check it out. All right, here we go. SB consumer confidence data drops in 4 minutes. 4 minutes. All right, so we're starting to rebound ahead of this report, dude. We do have 3 minutes left until this report drops. All right, so we're gonna end this poll. 61% say yes, the market does bounce, and so far they were wrong. All right, guys, we'll see how much CB influences stuff. We're very close. Yeah, Ethan, I don't know if they hate each other, man. I think like bulls troll bears and bears troll bulls for sure. You know, again, what I start to recognize is just emotion on both sides, right? And maybe I'm emotional too about both sides. It's impossible to stay completely neutral all times, right? So maybe I'm emotional about my own stuff. But what I notice is like they treat it like it's the Bloods and Crips, like, you know. And again, I tend to be good as long as whomever disagrees with me is respectful. Then it's all good, and I can just kind of joke and laugh. You know about it. Microsoft's still pretty flat. Put a double bottom. All right, team. Here we go. We got a minute and a half left. All right, we got AMD earnings later. Again, I don't know how good of a stream AMD earnings are going to be because it's probably going to be a little bit boring. Everybody's going to be trick-or-treating. But we'll stream at least like the earnings release and maybe the call if we got enough people here for it. All right, again, there's the E-mini pushing up. Here we go. Here's the report, guys. We got 1 minute left. 1 minute left before CB consumer confidence data. 1 minute left. Tesla's starting to push up. NVIDIA's starting to bounce back up, testing the volume-weighted average price. Microsoft's starting to bounce. E-mini bouncing back up. Still red technically on the day for all of this stuff, though, except for AMC, and Tesla's still technically green. NVIDIA is definitely red, though. NVIDIA hit 292s this morning, so pretty rough. All right, guys, here we go. 30 seconds. 30 seconds before CB consumer confidence drops. All right, here's the report. 20 seconds, team. 20 seconds. All right, remember, expectation is 100 right now. 100. We got 10 seconds. Microsoft bouncing back up, too. Again, we're slightly red on the day now. Our stock portfolio finally turned, but could be worse. I'll put it that way. All right, here we go. Here's the data. And there's the release. 102.6. Higher consumer confidence than expected. 102.6. Again, 102.6. We're going to hit the live, put the subscribe only mode in. Everybody announce yourself so it shows that you're subscribed. Much higher than expected consumer confidence at 102.6 versus 100 expected. 102.6 versus 100 expected. Higher than expected consumer confidence data. 102.6 versus 100 expected. All right, so again, market is basically unchanged from this, but we'll put it up on screen so you can check it out. Again, 102.6. There's the report right there. 102.6. Market's not really liking it, I would say. Market's dipping down a little bit on this report. Again, Microsoft ripping up. It's at 336.50s. All right, so again, we got to pop 102.6. We're breaking down on the E-mini, testing these levels. And again, if you want to day trade with me, we've been day trading on Top Step. We got a small green day today on Top Step. It's been pretty choppy, which is not unexpected. We are up about 300 on the day, 2.75 win to loss ratio. And again, if you want to check out Top Step with me, it's a funded account program in futures. You can day trade short in futures with no PDT rule. You can get exposure to day trading stocks by being able to day trade the E-mini, the S&P 500 E-mini, the NASDAQ E-mini, gold, some currencies. A lot of Forex traders should be trading futures as well. And again, there's no PDT rule, and they give you a demo and they test your skill. It's less than $50. It's $49. And if you lose, it's not the end of the world. If you're good enough to pass it, you can get between 50 to 150,000 in funding with a 90% split. If you make 20K, you get to keep 18 of that. They get to keep 10% since they're funding you that money. And again, they've been around for over a decade. They pay out millions, fund thousands of traders a year. Check them out. There's the link. I'll see you guys later. Love you all. Again, I'm going to be back for AMD earnings later on this evening, so I'll see you guys then. Y'all be safe in the market right now. Have a safe night tonight for Halloween, and I'll see you guys later. Good luck. Y'all be good.